What's up, people? It's your boy George, and I am here at New York Comic-Con 2018. That's right, we're hitting up another Comic-Con, and I'm pumped to be here. So initially I had shot this video at the convention and my sound got all screwed up, so we're doing a overlay. So let's just get to it, right? So this is the new Spider-Man premium format figure. It's pretty cool, man. When I saw it in person, I actually liked it more in person than I thought that I would. All in all, I still feel like they're making this character way too much, and that's my real issue with this guy. I like the premium format that I already own. I like the original one as well. This one's cool too. So I guess if you haven't owned one of those Spider-Mans before, or if you're just a guy who really likes Spider-Man, this would be the way to go. Overall, it looks dope. I like the stretched out pose that he has. I'm not really feeling that portrait. I don't like that he has that one eye kind of closed like that, so I'm kind of hoping that they have a second portrait for it, or I don't know what the exclusive will be, but hopefully it's something along that lines. The suit has a fabric appearance to it, even though it's fully sculpted. Lots of nice detail and texture throughout. Really like the way those lines are all sculpted in. And then the spider logo on the chest is raised, and it just looks much sharper than previous ones. So it's an improvement definitely on sculpt wise. Do we really need the character again? I'm kind of on the fence with that. I'm more on the lines that I'm done with having more Spider-Man in this suit, at least. You know, it'd be kind of cool if they did something else. I like that they did that Doc Ock base, you know, and then you have that nice green light there. So that'd be cool if they actually have a light up feature that goes with those tentacles. So that'd be kind of cool. All right. So then moving on, we got the Punisher. So this is the latest Punisher premium format. This thing is pretty cool. I like the suit. Again, just like with Spider-Man, it has that textured appearance. It gives you the feeling that this is real fabric, even though it isn't. You got that portrait with the war paint on it. I'm on the fence with that. I like it. I don't like it also. It looks cool. I'm kind of hoping that they give you a regular portrait. The bat is nice. It has a more brutal appearance to it, you know. I feel like when you see him coming in with that bat, you know, this is going to be a much worse beating than just taking a bullet to the head. Muscles look cool. I like how the veins are there and bulging muscles. It looks really nice. That war paint, again, I think it looks very cholo. You know, it looks kind of like a gangster with that, or you know. So you know, I know he does it at times, and usually it's when he's like going to war. But I've never actually seen him in like a street fight with the war paint on. So, but I like how it looks like he actually painted it on with his hands. They did a great job with that paint application. You know, as usual, you got all his weapons, the guns, the grenades on his pants, and you know, the boots look really cool. The base looks all disheveled and beat up, and just been through a battle. All kind of bullet casings all over the place. It's really neat, really awesome piece. Overall, I really like this Punisher. Then you have this smoke effect that's coming out of the gun, and it gives you that Punisher skull there, which is very animated in my opinion. I don't know that I would display it this way. I think if it has the option to remove that, I probably would. It's a little overboard because everything else looks so ultra realistic, and then you know you have this animated type of thing. So, but definitely one of my favorite Punisher pieces to date. So this one may be coming home to the cave. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's move on. Next up, we have the Venom life-size bust. This thing is the best looking bust I've seen Sideshow put out in a while. This thing looks really good. Lots of nice texture work throughout the body. I love the way the mouth is open like that, and that saliva all over the place. It is done extremely well. You know, it's dripping from the teeth, and so much texture throughout. It's just really, really cool. The eyes are a little bit on the small side, but I can deal with that. Looks really nice. You got that Venom logo on the back. It looks huge and bulking. You know, this thing is impressive. Really, really big piece. One of my favorites at the Sideshow booth. Was really not even expecting this to be. It's because when I saw the initial pictures, I was like, hell no. But now that I've seen this thing in person, yeah, it's a knockout. This thing is a really good piece. So for those of you guys who got space for this, congratulations if you're going to get it. I certainly don't have the space to put this thing in here, and it'd scare the shit out of my daughters if I did put it in the room. So definitely not coming home, but it looks good. All right, and then we got the SheHulk. This is the 1/5 scale piece that goes with that Iron Man that's behind her. At least part of the same line anyway. She's looking nice. I'm still more of a fan of the original in my opinion. She's got that kind of pose, like she looks like she's posing for a picture, you know, which I think is what's throwing me off. But I like, you know, she looks good, like the portrait, looks nice and feminine, looks like the SheHulk that I remember. You know, muscles look really good. You know, she has that taxi cab, which, you know, it's okay. You know, it's kind of cool. It has that advertisement on it, which I thought was a nice little touch to it. But I don't understand the whole thing with the taxi cab, why she would have the door ripped off. You know, you got that New York City rat there on the base with the pizza, which I think is kind of funny. You know, and then she's knocked that fire hydrant over with the door, so you can see that she either doesn't know her own strength or just wasn't paying attention to that. Overall, cute looking piece if you're into She-Hulk. So it's not bad. Nice detail. You know, good work. Also, it doesn't take up a lot of space, so that's good too. You know, for those of you guys who are conscious on space, it's a nice thing. All right, so let's move on to the X-Men. So I had to take images of this one, even though we've seen this before at San Diego Comic-Con. This is the SheHulk premium format figure. Now, I have this one on order. The reason why I took and filmed this one again is because they changed the portrait, and a lot of you guys were on the fence with it because of that. I actually like the portrait. You know, I like the original portrait as well, so I'm not knocking that down. But seeing this one in person looks a lot nicer. You know, it's one thing when you see the pictures and then, you know, it kind of gives you like a flat look of her, but when you kind of go around it, it gives it a little more depth and you can see, you know, how everything forms. So I'm happy that I got this one ordered. You know, she has kind of like a more Japanese inspired appearance to this portrait versus the way the other one looked. The hair on this one, it's not as good as the other. I think the other one flowed a little bit better. But overall, I think it looks good. I'm going to zoom in right here so hopefully I can get a little more detail on her. So there you go. You can see the way that looks a little more close up. Being behind these glass at New York Comic Con is tough because the Sideshow booth is right in front of the entrance and the light is just really bad. It hits and reflects off this glass really badly. But there she is. So I hope you guys like her. All right, and then we have the X-23 statue. Now, this is also a premium format figure. Now, again, we saw this one at San Diego Comic-Con, but we did not see this new exclusive head. So, the portrait, in my opinion, I like it. I do. It grew on me. I do still think that I wish they gave us the Wolverine mask that she's known for wearing instead of this domino mask that looks more like Robin from Batman. So, it has red eyes, which I think is cool. I like the way the mouth is open. I love the way the hair flow is on this one in comparison with the other. And overall, I just think it's cool. So, you know, I couldn't wait. I ordered it. So she's definitely coming home. It's definitely a great companion piece for the Wolverine premium format figure. So I hope you guys got on this one. Or if you're waiting for an edition size, I do understand that. But I hope you still guys get this one if you have the Wolverine premium format. It's a great companion piece for it. All right, and then this is the new premium format Aquaman. Now, I really like this one in comparison to the original. I think the details on it are amazing. It's not any more detailed than I feel was in the original, but I like the portrait on this one better. Looks more like Jason Momoa. And, yeah, it looks really cool. I like how he's standing there. He has a lot of power, you know, and all it's missing really is just like some crashing waves behind him. So that would have been kind of neat if they had something like that. Lots of nice texture work. The pants, I can't tell if it's fabric or not because I've been fooled before. At least lately, they're doing so much great work with the texture. It almost looks like real fabric, so it could be that or it could be actually real fabric. I like the base. They got that Atlantis-inspired base. Atlantisian, I think maybe that's the right word. You know, I like the way the paint application is on it. You have some gloss areas against some kind of matted areas. So it has lots of nice contrast. Very vibrant. So like this piece a lot. All right. And then here's a new one. This is the Aspen premium format figure. This is a new version of her. This is a variant. So if you've seen Statue Fanatics review on her, she's a beautiful looking piece. And you guys know that she has the ability to transform herself into water. So this is an entirely clear resin version of her, fully in her water form. And it looks really nice, really cool. I gotta admit that I'm not into variants, so if I had my choice, I probably would still go with the original one if it's still available, because you have a lot, you know, a little bit more variation in color. But yeah, I still think it's kind of cool. You know, maybe as a companion piece to the original. So cool stuff. All right, and then here is Grace. So this is the latest one from the Top Cow line, I guess this would be, or the Michael Turner line. I'm sorry. So she looks really pretty. I like how she's standing up there like that. She looks like she's gonna throw something at you, hurl some kind of fire. I don't really know what her ability is. I'm not really familiar with this character. That wingspan is impressive. It's like 20 inches wide, so this is something you got to consider if you're going to get this piece. She's going to take up some space. And, you know, considering how you would pose her, because you probably have her in the base or in your display aimed forward like this, so the wings would probably stick out, you know, of a Besta or something like that. But lots of nice vibrancy and color. I love the way those abs look. You know, did a great job with the anatomy. Really love the way the hair looks. It's flowing. It's got that purple to orange type of look going on there, which I think is great. You know, it's a real pretty piece. So, awesome stuff. Alright, and the last one I'm going to talk about, guys, is this new alien maquette statue. So this, I thought was a mythos statue at first, just because I think that's how Susan described it, but apparently it's a maquette, so, you know, that means money. You know, very expensive piece. Lots of nice detail. I like how you have that translucency in the top of the portrait there, and you have that cat in the base, which I think is pretty funny. But you can see the skull, which is really cool. I know this is not from the original Alien movie, but you know, looks dope. I'm not really familiar with aliens as a whole, but you know, I like it. It's nice. So that's it from the Sideshow booth. This is just the new stuff that they had at the booth. It wasn't that big, but you know, awesome stuff. We're gonna come back at you with more videos from New York Comic Con, so stay tuned, guys. And until next time, keep it marvelous.